And about the old TV, yeah, this is actually older than me by like 10 to 15 years. So this is a TV from the 80s. I kind of like it. But hey, you don't have to like it. You know what you have to like is this video and press on the subscribe button if you want to see more of that kind. And I was wrong. The RX 7900 GRE, it looks like this is the value king when it comes to 1440p gaming. I haven't mentioned it at all at the previous video, which is the best CPU GPU combos, but it deserved a spot. So this is the $1,000 gaming PC build that you can have with this GPU. And without wasting any further ado, let's get to it. So first off, we have to pay an homage to the AM4 users, and if you already have a system on the AM4 platform, you only have to buy 2 extra ports, 2 to 3 extra ports. The Ryzen 75700X 3D. This one goes for $144. This is as fast as something like a 5800X 3D, so it will never bottleneck our GPU just fine. And you have to get a beefier power supply and the GPU itself, you know. But if you are building a PC from scratch, then the CPU of choice is the AMD Ryzen 5 7500F. I have talked about this CPU numerous times. A lot of people are actually paying interest in this CPU. This CPU goes for $130. This is a 6-core 12-threaded CPU for $130 from AliExpress. And I wouldn't recommend getting it from any other place because AliExpress has the best price on it. And it would take a week for you to have it if you live in the US. It's got really solid IPC and everything you need. The board, we are looking at B650M boards. So in order to upgrade to the next gen Ryzen CPUs, which seems to be surprisingly power efficient, and unsurprisingly to the people who were following this stuff, bad. But given the way it is, this board is just fine. It's got 4 RAM slots. It's got everything we need. You might want to cheap out and get the one that has 2 RAM slots if you don't need that. But it gets the job done, and in order, if you want to upgrade to something like an X3D chip in the future, no problem. The RAM, we're looking at 32 gigabytes of DDR5, I believe, 5600 megahertz RAM or 5200. There is not a big difference in terms of the gaming performance. There's not a big difference at all, actually. It depends on what you can find in stock and matches the whole scheme of your PC. So yeah, there's nothing to be worrying about here. And the SSD, we're looking at a 1TB Jump 4 SSD, M.2 of course, because this is the faster one. It goes for 55 to 60 bucks, no problem. It's got all the bells and whistles and it gets the job done. While the GPU, you know what it is, we are looking at the RX 7900 GRE from Newegg this time because it's on sale for $530, and I don't think you should miss out on that one because this is a crazy good deal. And the RX 7900 GRE, when it launched, it had a lot of issues that it's not overclockable. AMD has limited overclocking on it. But given that aside, the performance comparing it to something like a 4070 Ti Super, for example, at 1440p is awesome. I am NVIDIA biased, guys, when it comes to high-end GPUs. I know there are NVIDIA fans that are angry right now. I am NVIDIA biased. I have the 4070 Super coming in the next month or two. I'm not saying NVIDIA is bad, but this is for the people who only want the rasterization performance, who only want to play a 1440p ultra settings. They don't care about ray tracing. They don't care about the visual fidelities that you are getting from ray tracing. Other than that, the RTX or the NVIDIA GPUs, the NVIDIA competitor 4070 Super, is kind of superior when it comes to 1080p ray tracing, when it comes to you know, if you're content creating like me, you need to have an NVIDIA GPU for the snappier experience, of course. But given the performance, the sheer performance, I mean, this GPU in some games actually matches an $800 GPU. So you know how good this can be. When it comes to the case, we're looking at the Antec, I believe, NX200M, something like that. This one goes for 55 bucks. It comes with RGB fans. It's in white. The color of the fans is actually RGB. I don't think you can change that, but it's got good ventilation. It will hold the dimensions when it comes to our GPU just fine. Nothing to be worrying about here. The power supply, you need something beefy if you are going to do overclocking. You need something like a 700 watt 80 plus bronze rated power supply because this GPU can consume up to 300 watts, and this is what you are compromising on if you decided to go with this AMD GPU and to get the absolute most performance out of it. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. If you want to see more of that kind, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.